What up, Blockchain Nation? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So let's get into it. Bitcoin Conference 2021. Absolutely fantastic. I wish I was there. Unfortunately, I wasn't. But I've been trying to catch up with all of the events. First of all the rock star people that were there is amazing. All the people that are into Bitcoin and were at this conference is phenomenal. Now, I would strongly recommend you subscribe to Bitcoin Magazine, and you can watch a lot of videos, or all videos pretty much from the conference. As you can see, this one's tagged Miami. Now there's a lot of content here, as you can see, on this conference. So the question is, where do you start from? It's a lot of stuff. And so I just want to walk through. I haven't watched every single video, obviously, but I've binge watched a couple, and I just want to highlight some of the videos that I think you should watch. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch the rest. They are great videos. I'm still trying to catch up, but from what I've watched so far, 10 talks that really touched me, and I think you should highly recommend. I would highly recommend that you watch them as well. And so I think tickets are out for Bitcoin 2022. I would love to be there. I hope I can get tickets soon. I hope I can show up. Don't judge me if for some reason I'm not be able to show up at the conference, but I have every intention to be there. But let's see how it goes. So Bitcoin 2022, tickets available now. Location hasn't been finalized, but yeah, hope I can get there. And if you can, that'll be great too. Hopefully we'll see you there. So Bitcoin 2022, my top 10 talks. My first talk, great talk, was this talk here by Ron Paul. Now, if you know Ron Paul is a rock star congressman. At one time ran for president. You can argue about his different beliefs, whether it's foreign policy, whether it's on immigration or other issues, political issues. But in my opinion, you can't knock this guy when it comes to monetary policy. This guy gets it. He's been a strong advocate for Bitcoin for the longest time. Honestly, if this guy was president, I don't think he would definitely, in my opinion, do better than a lot of candidates in terms of monetary policy. He understands this whole Fed bubble, and he'll do things differently. And so he was a featured speaker at the Bitcoin conference. He talks about why we need monetary freedom. This is a great talk. I would highly recommend that you watch this video. This will be my number 10. Next will be a talk called Bitcoin for Billions, Not Billionaires. So this is Elizabeth Stark, and I think it's Lynn Alden. Now, Elizabeth Stark is the CEO of Lightning Labs. Now, Lightning Labs is a company that is trying to build a layer 2 solution on top of Bitcoin to make it faster to process payments. As we know, it takes a whole 10 minutes for anything, or for any payments, transactions to be processed on Bitcoin. But there are brilliant people like Elizabeth Stark, and she's building she's running the Lightning Labs, who are building a solution that allows us to make, not only to make quicker payments, but also to make micro payments on top of Bitcoin. So she's a rock star, and the essence of this talk was really expanding on how we need to get Bitcoin in the hands of billions of people and increase mass adoption and get more people to use Bitcoin. This is a great talk, so definitely my number 9 talk. Number 8, it was a kind of like a fireside chat is what I would call it, but it's by a group of people who I'm definitely going to do a video about this in the future, and I had no idea this was going on. It's called Bitcoin and Smart Contracts. Really cool. So when you talk about smart contracts programming with cryptocurrencies, everybody thinks about Ethereum, because Ethereum is programmable, or in terms of its Turing complete, which means that you can actually write code on top of Bitcoin and on top of Ethereum, write smart contracts. I never thought you could do that with Bitcoin, but apparently you can. And these guys are very brilliant guys. This was a great talk. It really piqued my interest, and I went on to research about these guys. So I'm definitely going to do a video separately on this, how you can actually write smart contracts on Bitcoin. So this is a talk I'll definitely recommend as well. All right. Number 7 was a talk by Caitlin Long. Now, if you watch the video I did a long time ago, talking about my top 10 people in crypto, Caitlin Long is one of them. Very smart lady, also out of Wyoming, also a senator. I believe she was, I'm not sure if she's a senator or she was a congresswoman, but I know she's is very involved in politics, but she's also very involved in Bitcoin space, and she's trying to push Wyoming as a center for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin adoption. And this is a good talk where she talked about how Bitcoin is not designed to be leveraged, and referring to institutional investors who try to leverage Bitcoin. So this is a good talk. It was a short one, but it's a very good one. So Caitlin Long too is somebody that I really, like I said, have a lot of respect for, and I think yeah, you should definitely watch this one as well. Very, very sad. Number 6 is Ross Ulbricht. Now, Ross Ulbricht was the person behind Silk Road. Silk Road is a marketplace where people could actually use Bitcoins to buy drugs and guns and stuff. And people always, well, the government or governments always frown on Bitcoin because of Silk Road and what Silk Road did or what Silk Road was about. And this was the guy behind it. This guy was given two life sentences plus 40 years. Now, I'm not saying what he did was great. I'm not saying it was fantastic that he was using Silk Road to, but I mean, this was him speaking from prison. In my opinion, I don't think anyone deserves a first-time offender for a non-violent crime got 2 life sentences plus 40 years on top. And this is him speaking out of prison. Broke my heart. You should definitely listen to this. And yeah, I think, in my opinion, free Ross Ulbricht. Free Ross Ulbricht. Free Ross Ulbricht. Anyways, that's another talk for another day. Number 5. Number 5 is a talk called The Moral Case for Bitcoin. It's by, I believe you had Robert Breedlove, Guy Hirsch, and well, this guy called Jimmy Song. Jimmy Song is a very cool rock star in Bitcoin. He has a podcast, he has a book called Thank God for Bitcoin, The Creation, Corruption, and Redemption of Money. And also he has a podcast where he talks about cryptocurrencies at large, and that's him right there. This is a very good talk. Talks about, because people always argue about Bitcoin, the price will go up, will the price come down, can you use it to make quick payments. And this group of fine young men, gentlemen, really elaborated or expanded on the moral case, why Bitcoin is important from a moral perspective. It's a very, very good talk, and it will really, really, really make you, if you're not a believer already, it will make you a real believer in this cause. So definitely a good one. That's number 5, the moral case for Bitcoin. Number 4. Number 4 is the Twitter man himself, Jack Dorsey, talks about banking the unbanked. Talks about how millions of people around the world don't have a bank account, and his goal with with the Square, and how he's also building a social media network that will not be as censored as Twitter. People can argue or not. In fact, a lady heckled him on this while he was talking. She came on stage and said, no, she didn't come on stage, but she heckled him while he was talking. I thought it was hilarious. I'll see if I can find it or play that. But anyway, it was really hilarious that she said that. But I like this talk. When he talks about how you banking the unbanked, he talked about countries like El Salvador and like Nigeria, how so many people don't have bank accounts, and I thought this was a very good talk. And I'm very excited that Jack Dorsey, who is big on, obviously, he's being the CEO of Twitter, and he's also big on Bitcoin. This is good. So I think this was a very good talk. Very, very inspiring. And yes, number 3. This is the one, Mr. Wonderful himself, Kevin O'Leary, mining as a public company. This was a fantastic talk where Kevin O'Leary was talking with a group of miners, people who are mining Bitcoin, talking about things about ESG and compliance and renewable energy, how Bitcoin can actually, well, we can use renewable fuels or renewable sources of energy, and you can use that to power mining rigs, and how that's so powerful and profound, and how that's going to change the game and draw more institutional investors into Bitcoin. This is a very good talk, and I think I'm going to do a follow-up on this and specifically narrow down on some things around mining and renewable energies, and I've learned a lot from this talk, so this is definitely a good talk. All right. Number 2 was The Institutional Landscape by Cathie Wood and Anthony Scaramucci. This is a fantastic one. Look, every single one of these talks I listen to, it made me more and more and more of a Bitcoin believer. So definitely this one is a great talk. This is a talk that you definitely want to watch and listen to with Anthony Scaramucci and Cathie Wood. And she talks about the institutional landscape and how if more institutions would get involved in Bitcoin, how it would definitely, we're just at the beginning from what we can see. And her company did a very, very extensive research topic or research paper on Bitcoin mining, on Bitcoin as an investment, and it's a very good one that you definitely should watch as well. And number 1 talk for me is not necessarily, it was a good one because, well, there's a topic that made me really, really love it. It's by Jack Mallers of Strike, the fantastic thing about this was he was emphasizing on how, or talking about how El Salvador has become the first country to declare Bitcoin legal. I mean, this was very, very inspiring. That a country, first it was Tesla that was allowing people to buy Bitcoins, and now you have a country that has said that Bitcoin is legal tender. So this was a great talk that really spoke to me. And I mean, by the time I've watched a couple of these, like, I am a Bitcoin believer, you all know this, but listening to all these talks, watching these videos, listening to what's going on, understanding what's going on in this space, I mean, I'm more of a believer than I ever was, and I'm really optimistic about the future of Bitcoin. And then finally, what I love the most about this conference is the music, baby. Oh well, until all these ads just mess it up. But definitely you want to take your time and watch as many of these videos as you can, and you learn so much, because definitely I have. But that's all I got. Till next time, my wish for you is that you learn more about cryptocurrencies, because crypto is changing and will change the world, especially in the finance and the decentralized finance and monetary space. And in my personal opinion, those who get involved early will greatly impact the future. And if that's you, let's go change the world.
If you would like to create more awareness for your brand or content, or you would like to earn additional income, register now on www.cliquey.com. The more you share, the more you earn. Cliquey.